You know, the epic film Les Miserables is really a film that's been seen and has been viewed in theaters all over the world. The main character in the film, and it begins with this, is a man by the name of Jean Valjean. And Valjean has just been released from prison after 20 years of really brutal and hard labor, terrible treatment in the prison, and he is very much a broken and bitter man. The reason that he was sentenced to prison for 20 years was the fact that he had stolen a small loaf of bread for his niece because she and her mother were literally starving. So you can understand why he was a bitter and broken man to serve 20 years for that. When he's out of prison, no one will hire him. No one, because he's a parolee. And finally, this very kindly bishop decides that he will take him in and provide him some work. Valjean, on the first night he was there, or very soon after he is there, steals a silver plate from the bishop's house and runs out of the house, takes off, if you will, with the silver plate. And he doesn't get too far, and he's caught by the gendarmes. And the constables pick him up, bring him back with the plate to the bishop, and they ask the bishop, "Is this your plate?" And he says, "Yeah, that is my plate." And they say, "Well, did this man steal the plate?" He said, "No, he didn't steal the plate at all. I gave him the plate. It was a gift that I gave him, and I could never understand why he didn't take the silver candlesticks as well, because I thought those were his as well. I gave them to him." And then the police left, of course, and the bishop is there with Jean Valjean, and he's shocked. He cannot believe the kindness and compassion of the bishop for him. And the bishop says to him, "You know, God has raised you out of darkness, and I have bought you for God. I have bought you, and I bought your soul for God," is what he said. "I have bought your soul for God." And he said, "I want you to take the candlesticks and the plates." He said, "I want you to put them to good use, to redeem yourself." And in that moment, it was like a transfiguring moment for Valjean, much as the transfiguration that we heard about in the gospel for today for James and John. It really and he found that spark within him, whatever it was, that enabled him to steal that little loaf of bread for his niece. And he took those plates and he took those candles and he sold them, and then he used the money to be able to do really good things for people in need. And his final comment was that he comes to realize, and he speaks this, he says, "To love another person is to see the face of God. To love another person is to see the face of God." And may that spark inside Valjean, that spark of the divinity that exists within all of us, sustain us and support us and lead us through this sacred season of Lent. God bless you all.